Hey kiddos, I'm going to model how to do addition and subtraction with regrouping. Here's our word problem we're going to solve instead of doing what the book says. A parking garage has 1,200 spaces. The sign shows the number of open spaces in the garage. How many spaces in the parking garage are full? So here I need to determine what are my parts and what is my whole. Here we had annotated that this is the total number of spaces, so I know that's going to be my whole or my total. So I like to take notes as I read the problem to make sense of it. All right, and the sign shows how many are open. So here is the number here, but there are two numbers. So I'm at least going to label that we know the number of open spaces, and that is 281 and 377. The question is then asking how many spaces in the parking garage are full. Well, then that is the missing number that I do not know. So I know eventually I'm going to have to subtract, because when I have part plus a part, I know I'm adding, but I don't have that part right now. So I would have to subtract the whole minus the part. But first, I need to find out how many are open altogether. And so if I need that together means I am adding. All right, so I'm gonna get out my handy dandy paper that I turned sideways to help me with place value. This is where we label the number, and I'm gonna write down my addition problem. 281 plus 377. So I'm going to double check, make sure everything is lined up in the way that I want it. Make sure I copied the problem down right, because unfortunately, even if you do all the math right and then wrote the numbers wrong, you would get it wrong. So let's go ahead and work through our problem. So if we're doing punch math, we would punch 7, and count on 1. So 7, 8. So I'm going to put 8 in the ones place. Then I have 8 plus 7. 8 is the greater number, so I'm going to punch 8 and count on 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I'm going to put a 5 in the tens place and carry a 1. Now I have 3 plus 2 plus 1. Don't forget what you carried. That often is a tricky part that sometimes we forget to do. I'm going to punch 3 and then add 3 more, because 2 and 1 together makes 3. So 3, 4, 5, 6. So now I know that in our part plus part equals whole, that this is 658 plus, we still don't know how much, equals 1,200. All right, now we're to that part where if I have a missing part, I know I need to subtract. So I'm going to now write that I'm doing number 2 still, because this is a 2-step problem, and I'm going to subtract 1,200 minus 658. Make sure you are double checking that you lined up your digits correctly, because this one only has 3 digits and this one has 4. So you want to make sure it's in the correct place. All right, you always start with your ones. 0 minus 8. Uh-oh, I can't do that. I need to go next door. But there's nothing there. So I'm going to go to the 2 and borrow from there. So this is going to become a 1, and this 0 becomes a 10. Well, that still doesn't help me with the ones column, so I still need to borrow again. I'm going to cross off the 10. The 10 becomes a 9, and this 0 becomes a 10. Now I can do this. 10 minus 8. And you can ask yourself, is 8 and 10 far apart or pretty close together? In this case, they're pretty close together. So we're going to punch 8 and count up to 10 to see how many fingers it takes. 8, 9, 10. It took 2 fingers, so I'm going to put a 2 in the ones place. Now we're in the tens place. 9 minus 5. We can do that. So we're going to go ahead and punch. In this case, I'm just going to model how we would count backwards. So you would punch 9 and count backwards 5. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. All right, now I have 1 minus 6. I can't do that, so I have to go next door. This one becomes a 0. This one becomes an 11. All right, now we can do 11 minus 6. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and punch 6 and count up to 11 to see how much it takes. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It took 5 fingers. All right, so now this represents the number of spots that are full. So I can put it in my equation. I can always double check my work by adding these two numbers together. But also when I write down my answer, I need to make sure I label my answer. 542 full spots, or you could say spots full. Hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions. Toodles.